Alright, so I have not made a video on Dokkan or on this channel in a couple years, but recently with the 11th anniversary, I have gotten really heavy back into Dokkan again, and God, it is such a different game now. It feels like Elden Ring or like a Dark Souls, like a Souls-like type game, to be honest. Like, if you go into these bosses with a good strategy and like knowing what you're doing, you could win, but it will take some strategy, but you could just die. I really love where Dokkan is nowadays. I will say though, it's pretty annoying, the reliance on the community that it seems, because there's no in-game indicators for how to really build these units or like what they really do. Like the stage details kind of tells you a decent bit, but I don't know. That's like my only gripe. I fucking love where the 11th anniversary. I guess I should explain kinda. I haven't really played the game since like the 8th anniversary, kind of. I've hopped on here and there, done some stuff, haven't really cared too much about the game. But the 10th anniversary, I was really trying to get into it, but I just couldn't play any of the events or anything going on because I just didn't have that strong of an account. But over the last year, since the 10th anniversary, I've done a lot. Not really even a lot. It's been like over the last like months of the anniversary, I've just gotten my account to the point where I can just do almost not anything in the game, but like I could do this. So I'm pretty confident in where I'm at with my account and my characters and stuff. I just love like the strategy involved in this game now. This event also is really fun. I love being able to actually like strategize and worry about shit. It is pretty annoying being like 30-40 minutes into a run and then dying, but whatever. This took me so many attempts. This took me like 6, maybe like 8 or 9 attempts before I finally beat this, and I wasn't even really expecting to beat it on this one. But whenever I get the Super Saiyan 4 Goku transformation within the first like 2 turns, I was geeking. I guess I need to do like scripts for this kind of stuff, because like I had some stuff that I really wanted to talk about, but I already kind of like went through this and like talked a little bit and kind of got an idea for what I wanted to say, and now that's kind of out of my head. But I really enjoyed running through this with this team. Like I said, it took me a few times to get it right, but whenever you run this team a certain way, like I said, I'm so glad that I got Goku early. Being able to get him right away and start stacking him up. I did die a couple times. God, there was a run right before this one where I genuinely was just like, I don't know if I want to deal with this anymore, where I got Goku Super Saiyan 4 turn 1. Turn 1 was able to go into Great Ape, get Super Saiyan 4, be good. I got all the way up. Oh my god, yeah, I'll show a clip real quick. I got right to the point. Like, it was right at the end. And then I just died. I just died because that Goku doesn't have any damage reduction, which is the only kind of shitty thing about him in the Super Saiyan 4 form. I wish that the Super Saiyan 3 form maybe stacked, but that's for a future EZA. I will say, but sorry. I will say I love this Super Saiyan 4. They're really hit or miss, but in the runs before this, I was running them with a mainly like a crit build. I switched that over to defense, to like evasion and stuff. God, just getting the few evasions that I did. I think in this run I evaded a super attack right near the end. Yeah, it's crazy that this isn't even out of the first phase yet. Yeah, GT Heroes is probably my favorite team. I really like Daima. Daima nowadays, not even nowadays, but just like in general, is such a good fucking team. Even without the free-to-play units, like I did a challenge run. God, why am I yawning so much? I'm just not used to talking this much, genuinely. But I did a kind of challenge run, running through one of the stages I've kind of been not stuck on, but I've been running through the red zones and the Supreme Magnificent Events battles ever since I've been kind of back into Dokkan. And I just kind of ran through one with like Pansy and Ku and like some of the free-to-play units. That was a really fun run. I wish that I had recorded that. Maybe I'll throw up a screenshot if I can figure out or remember how to. But I took a screenshot of me winning with that team. That was a pretty fun run. This run, though, I really wasn't confident about winning, but the way that my rotations kept playing out and like getting Goku stacked up, getting the Spirit Bomb unit and the Year 7 Gogeta, getting them stacked up a bit, and Pan, oh my god, dude, Pan is such a killer. I love Pan. I will throw her on any team that I can throw her on, especially with this Vegeta, since you need so many rainbow orbs. My main complaint with him is if they just would have done 2 and 3 orbs with him instead of 3 and 4, god, he would have been such a better unit. I haven't really talked about it, but I keep pulling up these passives just because I need to remind myself, like if they need orbs or if they need like rainbow orbs or certain things, because up until recently I'm from an era of Dokkan where you didn't need to worry about a character's passive. It was like you load into a fight, you see how much defense they have, you see how much damage they do, you see if they stack anything, and then it's like, okay, I know everything about this unit, pretty much. Outside of like UIs and stuff who dodged, which, god damn, UI for this anniversary, I love running that unit. The teams that you can run them on are kind of shit, and that was my main issue. I was trying to run UI in this event, and I was trying to run UI for a lot of other events. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but my animations keep lagging, and it's pretty weird. But I kept trying to run UI for so long. But none of the team, like, they really need to buff Realm of Gods. Like, my Realm of Gods team is horrible. I'll pull it up on my phone real quick, just so that way I know exactly what I'm talking about. But my Realm of Gods team isn't horrible. But I just can't, especially with this new UI and UI Super Easy A. My Realm of Gods team is the fucking Fizz UI and Blue Evolution Vegeta, AGL UI, I'm mostly used to Legends, the STR Future Blues, Super Easy A and Goku, and fucking Id Vegeta, and Champa. That Champa unit is really pretty fucking good, to be honest. I don't think that this team could do this event, but I was running through this event with like Daima Goku, I was changing up my teams a decent bit. I know that I was having like Daima Goku on there, trying to go with like the him and Vegeta combo, and that works for some shit, but just not this event. There were a lot of times in this event where I was kind of clutching it with my decisions. I'm really bad about trying to set up rainbow orbs for Vegeta, but he needs them so much. I don't know if I've popped one yet, but I kept having to pop items, and I was at full health, and I would only pop Princess Snake if I was at full health, so it wouldn't really do much except basically make up for the damage reduction that I was losing not getting Vegeta's full orbs. If they just made it so that way you get that first 25 on 2, even if they want to keep the 4, even if they want to keep the 4 rainbow orbs to give him his full thing, if they just made it so that way you could get that first 25% damage reduction on 2 orbs, oh my god, he would be such a better unit. But he's not like really good to the point where you need to stop worrying about getting his orbs until like 15 turns in, where you keep him on rotation for 8 of those turns. Like, they're just not that fantastic. Sorry if you can hear water running in the background, my girlfriend's taking a bath. But especially with Pan's EZA also, like they probably knew what they were doing with this team, but I just feel like they overcorrected with how strong they made the Super Saiyan 4s. They definitely could have made them just a bit stronger. Like, genuinely, if Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, instead of that first turn that he was out being a Rainbow Orb Changer, if he was just always a Rainbow Orb Changer, or if they change it to where he only needs 2 orbs to get that first damage reduction buff, because 40% isn't horrible, but it's just not that good. Getting that up to that 65% really does help him a lot. Yeah, like right here. Oh, actually, this is when I think I clutched it out a little bit, because I transform with Gogeta, and then he creates rainbow orbs, I think. Yeah, I was sitting here for a minute, I was like, I'm dead. I'm dead here for sure. Yeah, 300 mil. And I'm still sitting here like... Or 300,000. And I'm still sitting here like, he's probably gonna die. So yeah, well, I don't know. 1 second. I just went back and checked. Yeah, he changes AGL into Rainbow. So yeah, transforming into Gogeta there was pretty clutch to get Vegeta his orbs. But I was sitting there for a minute. See, that's why you need to know what your units do. I saw this video of the Truth kind of clowning on Iron Cane, kind of being a little bit of a dick, but kind of clowning on him like, yeah, of course you're not going to win this fucking fight. You don't know what any of your units do. And I was sitting there like, yeah, he's kind of got a fucking point. And like, that's the shit that I mean. Like, I was sitting there thinking I was about to be dead, and then I transformed just because like I was going to anyways. And he changed orbs, and then I was safe with Vegeta. If I had known that, then I would have been like, oh, bet, I'm safe here anyway. But regardless, that worked out. I really like getting Goku Super Saiyan 4, like right off rip, and then just stacking him up this entire fight. I cannot wait until the 13th anniversary when they fucking EZA, but god, they better do right by that Frieza and Goku. Because I really liked that unit for the most part until they just really set in that they were not that great. I'm really glad that this team is as good as it is. I will say I love that Gogeta has a scouter, because god, that has saved my ass a lot. I do wish not so many units on this team needed rainbow orbs. You know what? I wish that GT trunks were just a bit better. Like maybe had like 30% more damage reduction. Good God, dude. You can get him up to like 300k defense pretty easily. And I don't even have him rainbowed, I don't think. I really wanted to use that unit in a lot of runs. Because just having an extra orb changer is so beneficial. Wow, we're not even 16. We're just hitting 16 minutes into this. That's kind of crazy. Got another like 15 minutes of fighting Omega. Yeah, this game's crazy now. Yeah, like I said, back when I was playing this game, units for... That's why I loved getting back into this game for the 11th anniversary, because I had so much old content. Like, for instance, my global account, I have not touched. I should have explained this sooner. I play on both accounts, both versions. I switched from global to JP around like the 6-year anniversary. So like I was playing pretty heavily on both of them for a while. And then I would only jump back on global for major anniversaries until the 8th anniversary, like I said earlier. But JP, I've been playing on for a minute now. But even that, I stopped playing on like 2 or 3 years ago. So I'm not familiar with this new era of Dokkan, and I'm aware that it just started like a year. We're just doing crazy damage. But coming into this from the 11th anniversary, not really knowing what was going on and just like playing the game, before the 11th anniversary, I went into Daima Goku's banner with almost 600 stones, just from like easy A's and stuff that I had. That was pretty hype until I didn't pull jack shit, which was pretty fucking annoying, and I remembered why I don't exactly like this game when it comes to the summoning. But I got pretty lucky after that. I actually got pretty lucky on this anniversary. I got lucky on the last anniversary too. I rainbowed my Gohan. I pulled one of everything, and I pulled at least a dupe in everybody except the Frieza and Goku. That was a pretty good anniversary. I didn't catch if I popped a item yet, but I was trying to do this without items. I was really trying to do this without items. But yeah, on this anniversary I pulled two Daima Gokus. I got my Daima Vegeta up to 3 dupes. It's funny how it worked out, because both of my Gokus I got 1 dupe in, but both of my Vegetas I got 3 dupes in. Because I was trying to get, whenever the details for the Spirit Bomb GT unit got dropped, I only had 1, I didn't have any dupes in them, so I wanted to just get 1 more, or even like a couple more. And so I kept doing summons on that, and I just randomly pulled 2 more dupes for my Vegeta, which was really, really hype. I, right before recording this run, I switched my Vegeta over from a crit build to a defense, like a dodge and defense build. I don't want to sit here and act like that's why I won, but that definitely fucking helped, because he dodged a couple things. I don't know if it would have really mattered, but I changed up my Goku's build also, my Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But, yeah, I just got pretty fucking lucky with this anniversary. I did end up pulling a dupe for my Spirit Bomb GT unit. I already had 3 dupes in my Majin Buu Spirit Bomb unit, which was pretty fucking cool to realize, because I wasn't familiar with what I had on this account, because I haven't touched it in so long. It kind of sucks, because I wanted to go back to my JP account also, like I downloaded it on my tablet. I wanted to go back to it for the 11th anniversary, but I just don't have that much content to do on there, and my account's just so old at this point where I just can't really do anything. Like, I got maybe 15 easy A's that I can get stones from that I've dropped over the last like 2 or 3 years that I haven't been playing. Maybe a bit more. But I can't really do any content. Like, I've spent the last 2 days grinding out my, not even the last 2 days, like the last almost week, grinding out my JP account to get like my GT Heroes team up. It took me a minute to get through the Super Saiyan 4's Easy A, and then I actually managed to go through the new Spear Bomb GT units Easy A pretty easily, but I don't have really anything. I don't have Vegeta, I don't have AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I don't have anything on JP, so I can't really do anything. My best bet is my Daima team, but I'm finding out through my, because I don't really use my Daima team much, but I really liked it for the first part of the anniversary. But now that they're dropping like kind of harder fights, that team is not really that great when you just fill it with like the Tamagamis and Ku and stuff. But I don't know. It's not horrible. I still really like it a lot. I really like using Pansy in fights when you can fit her on a team. She was the first free-to-play unit that I got when I came back that was like, they're making free-to-play units like this now? What? That Goten and Icarus Jr., oh my god, I love that unit so much. And that Fizz free-to-play Trunks, Kid Trunks, that unit's really good too. I'm just kind of clocking back into this fight now. We're kind of doing good. Yeah, I think this is around the time when I was like, okay, we're doing really good. I don't see how we could fucking lose this. I was getting pretty, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little buzzed right now, and I was drinking while I was fighting this, and I was getting pretty geeked. I was like, okay, we got it. I can't lose here. Especially once I got the fucking orbs for Vegeta. Yeah, and every EX super is just like, they did really, I really like the EX super mechanic, just because it's just like an extra way to add super attacks to the character and have it be fun. I do think that if they're gonna add EX supers to Ultra supers, because I really like Daima Vegeta's Ultra EX super, because it's on his 12th key. If they're going to make them on their 24 key and be like a one-time only chance thing, I think that they should start making LRs able to do guaranteed Ultra supers. I don't think that it would be that broken. I think that you could have like a pretty competent unit that just comes out and is like, hey, this unit can do a guaranteed Ultra super and a guaranteed normal super, and that's fine. But they're also like doing an EX super. I don't know. I think that it's a good mechanic, but it just kind of is like, it's kind of unfortunate that it's one or the other in terms of what you get whenever it's a 24 key. I'm gonna be real, until I was watching a lot of the Truth videos, this Gogeta really snuck under my radar. I was like, he's so old, he's not gonna be good. And then it wasn't until I ran him a few times, and then I transformed with him a few times, and I read his passive a few times, and I was like, you know what? Running him with Pan, you get a lot. If you don't touch the rainbow orbs, which is what I was trying to do with this run, if you don't touch the rainbow orbs that Pan makes, unless it's a unit that needs them, you're gonna do really, really good. I also love this Pan's active. I just wish that it did a tad bit more damage, but maybe it would have if it was type advantage. But with that Gogeta having, what is it, 10 or 11% per orb, and then damage reduction per rainbow orb, dude, getting him like 30-40% damage reduction is so easy to do. And that's really all he needs, because I think he already has fucking 50%. I need to make sure about that, but I'm pretty sure he already has like 50% damage reduction. Like, he's fucking crazy. He's aged really well. Yeah, and he's just activated from the 4th turn. Yeah, he guards, has a high chance of crit. My fried ass, I was watching the video and thought that I had to do the Dokkan mode. Jesus Christ. But yeah, for every... Yeah, okay, it's 10% for every key sphere up to 100%. And then... It's just... I know that you can only get 5 rainbow key spheres at a time, but it's just infinite. Plus guard, dude. And he foresees enemy super attacks and counters them. Like, that unit is just so fucking good. I kind of want to get back into the swing and make a Dokkan videos again, because now that I'm back into Dokkan again, now, like, there's so many content creators and people who who have been doing content for so long that they don't really like see the value in these units, but they're meant for like new players. And like, I want to make like an underrated Dokkan bangers video, because I've been playing with like old-ish quotation marks units in old kind of events. And like, for instance, that Trunks I was talking about earlier, that fucking STR GT Trunks that just EZA'd recently, he's so good. And even the support units, the Goten and Trunks and the Goten and Gohan GT, who are like support types for whatever, I was like forced to use them in my on my JP account whenever I was trying to grind shit up. They're still really good, because I was still in the mindset of like on my global account, like I'm doing shit like this, and I just kind of jumped on JP just to fuck around. They were still like pretty impressive. And I had to do on my global, actually I had to do a run with, what is it, the Tech Android 18 from Universe Survival Saga. She's actually pretty fucking good still. Like, sure, you don't want to run her against like Jiren or whatever, but like against like Super Universe Survival Saga Super Battle Road, if that's all you have, don't look at her like she's not an option. That's a pretty good fucking option. Yeah, I was pretty gassed here that I was able to get the Spirit Bomb off. I do wish that I would have swapped them and had Vegeta just do a tad bit more damage before I died. But I was just like, fuck it, let's just get this over with. Yeah, I really love this animation. I love the new one that adds in like the little cutscenes of all the people from across the universe, giving them energy, giving them animation. Yeah. Yeah, I will say, if they are going to push Dokkan into this era of like super massive damage, they gotta remove that 9999 cap on damage. Because what is the point of Daima Goku having like 130 mil attack stat if he's gonna be capped out at that? What is the point of having these Spirit Bomb units that are supposed to quote-unquote nuke events if they're just gonna cap out at fucking 999 damage? It's like, cool, you did the same amount of damage as a fucking basic Daima Goku. Cool. Move on. They need to bump that up. Because it would be so cool to have like say Daima Goku pop out and you see that 120, 130 mil attack stat and you're like, oh fuck, he's about to actually pop off. Or you actually stack up these Spirit Bomb units to just be fucking crazy, and then you can actually see what they do with that. Like, I don't see the appeal of... Because, the truth, I've been watching him a lot since I've been back into Dokkan. He's been, like, whenever they were out, you're like, yeah, you could take them into Festival and nuke the bosses. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean, nuke? You mean do one attack worth of damage? Like, what are you talking about? I don't like that. I want them to up the damage that we can do, so that way we can actually play the game. I don't know. I really, really enjoy where Dokkan is at, though. I just wish that they would have hit, like, the middle ground of where we're at now. It would have been a lot better. We're closing in here on the end. To be honest, thank God. This is the most I've talked out loud in, like, 3 years. I just gotta say, I really do love where Dokkan is at. That's like my only gripe, though, is I wish that when I see a unit hit over 100 mil damage on their attack stat, that they could actually translate that to damage. I don't know. I understand that a lot of bosses are going to have defense to where you're not actually doing that damage, but I've seen Daima Goku hit full... I've seen all these characters hit full 999 damage more often than I haven't. And it's just... It just kind of takes the wind out of my sails. I just wish that it would do the full shit. Real quick, since I don't know if I'm going to make another Dokkan video for a minute, I gotta throw this in there for anybody who's watching to this point. I'm probably going to make like a full video talking about like the future of Dokkan and stuff that I want to happen, but I have to talk about this because I've been thinking about it for fucking days. At some point in the future, relatively soon the future, they need to make... Not need to, because I doubt that they would ever make this an actual unit. And this is such a hard pivot from what this video is about. But they need... I really want them to make a unit, because they said straight up that they want units to be good for both short content and long content. I want them to go just full balls to the wall and make a unit that's good for both. But I think a perfect candidate for that is to make a tag Krillin and Gohan from the Namek Saga. And what they do is, for the Gohan part, the Gohan can be the long part of the card. So say it's a Gohan, you're full on Gohan and Krillin for the first little bit. You go into a Piccolo that either has a revive or a standby into some kind of weird, like, you know how the Spirit Bomb Majin Buu saga is, where it's like it's Vegeta but they don't really do anything, and then it's like once you hit a certain amount it goes into Goku doing the Spirit Bomb. They could do that same thing where it's like a Piccolo and then it goes into a standby Piccolo who does shit until Goku gets the Spirit Bomb ready, and that could be like really long form content where you're like building up with Gohan for a while, you switch into Piccolo, he does like a lot of crazy shit, and then you go into the standby, pop the Spirit Bomb, and then he goes back into the Piccolo and just continues the shit, but maybe they stack. But for the Krillin part, I wanted to go into a Krillin who just like stacks, has damage reduction, all this shit, and he's just pretty good for like standard events. And then after a minute he goes into a standby Krillin where it's like maybe after Frieza hits him, like kills him, but he's like sitting there taunting him, and his super attacks can just be Kienzans, and he's like a glass cannon. Like he could do like 6 or 7 fucking super attacks in one rotation, but the second he gets touched he's just dead, and then it revives into a Super Saiyan Goku who just obliterates everything. That would be hype as fuck. They could cover like the whole tail end of the Namek saga with that one unit, because the animations could be like, the intro animation could be Gohan and Krillin releasing their power, and then it can be Piccolo showing up for the Gohan part. It could be the standby animation ending part can be Piccolo getting shot. No, I guess that would be... No, I guess, yeah, they could do that like a Dokkan original animation. Make it the Piccolo getting shot, and then it goes into to Goku doing the Spirit Bomb. But they have not found a way to work in Krillin getting blown up by Frieza into an animation. Now I feel like a revive from a Krillin into a Super Saiyan Goku could really work for that, and that would be dope as fuck. But I feel like if they were ever going to do that, then they would do that as two individual cards. Do a Gohan and a Krillin. But now that I got that out of the way, thankfully, I've been thinking about that deadass for like a week. Right near the end here, I think Goku ends it. Yeah, Goku ends it. So gassed that I got him turn 1, dude. But yeah, I might do some more Dokkan content. I just wanted to post this. I'm so glad that Dokkan is something to like kind of be proud of whenever you beat like a hard event now. It's really fun. Yeah, it took 40 minutes out of my life just for this one run, and I did this like 7 or 8 times. I've been sitting here for like 4 or 5 hours, but yeah, I really want to do more Dokkan content and post it, and this would be really fun. This was really fun, and yeah, I am taking forever to load. I'm gonna get this end shot with my team. This was a lot of fun. Yeah, 39:15. Yeah, a little bit longer than the video because my girlfriend came down and talked to me, but unfortunately I had to pop a few items just to make up for Vegeta not having his damage reduction. But this was a really fun run. I might post some more. God, I really love how I love the state that Dokkan's in. See y'all next time, maybe. Hopefully I post some more soon.